Confirm if you can see my screen, please.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So last week, good morning everybody. Good morning once again.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, good morning once again. So last week on Saturday, I walked us through the interface of Figma and what Figma is, and we were able to come up with this design. This Audit X. This Audit X is a fictional audit firm that we just came up with. So this triangle here is just a logo that we created just to represent this particular company, and we were able to design this interface, and this particular section that we're able to design is called the hero section. So this from here, all this space like this. So all this section like this is called the hero section. So that is what all this section in red is called the hero section. So the hero section is that first section of the page, of the web page, or a website that you see when you land on the website. So we're able to design this particular section, and we're also able to design the. Please let everybody mute their mic. Okay. Someone raised his hand. Okay, you can talk. You can talk. Just unmute yourself and talk. Hello, Mr. Kolawole Oluwatope. You can talk. Okay, maybe.
So it was listed.
Okay. So I was explaining that this particular section is called hero section, and this other one at the top is called the header. So this is what we were able to come up with last week. So today we want to finish. I want to move as fast as we can because we'll be going to the development per se, the WordPress development. So we'll be implementing these in WordPress within these 2 hours. So last week I took a lot of time to explain all these interface. Nothing is scary here anymore. So if you miss the class, the video is there on online to go and watch. So if you need the link, I will post the link to the group after today's class. So this is what we're able to come up with, and I looked at it the second time and I felt that okay, this is not it's not looking nice the way I want. It's not looking nice for me. So this morning before in less than 3 minutes I was able to come up with this. So this will be the direction I will go. I will just replace this with this. So how did I what did I do here? It's just very simple. So let me redesign this particular hero section, and from here we just move ahead and design the whole page, and we design like 2 other pages. So from there we move to WordPress to continue to start our development. So let me redesign this just to show you how I did this simple design. So it's simple and it's clean. So all of us know how to duplicate a page. So you hold down your Alt key on the keyboard, and you press and drag to wherever you want to replicate that particular element that you want to design. So let me delete all this. Now this is a blank page that we want to work on. I just want to show you how I designed this in less than 5 minutes. Let me turn on my grid. I showed us how this grid was created last week. So if you missed the video, just go online, and I will drop the link in our Telegram channel on WhatsApp, so you can just go there and watch again. So I also worked on this content, this text. So I felt this was too much, and I just reduced it. We offer accounting solution for your business success. So this particular section at least you have an understanding of what this firm is all about, what they are into. So they are into financial services, offering financial services to people. So what I did from here, let me go to the last one. So let me just drag, press and hold my Alt key on my keyboard, and press and hold on space bar to pan around the interface. Press and hold on Alt to pan around the interface. So this was group. I need to ungroup it. Control Shift G to ungroup. Control Shift G to ungroup. So the first thing I did, this one was center aligned. I changed the alignment to left align. That's the first thing. And the new text that I just came up with, so I just copy and paste that particular text to replace this current one. So what I did is this. You can take your text tool to edit any text, and you can begin to type. So you can begin to type, but because I've copied the text, I'll just Control V, Control C, Control V. That's to copy and paste. So you can see as I'm reducing this bounding box, and I told us last week that every element inside on a website exists in a box. So let's just get that in mind. So because you will not understand why I said it exists in a box by the time we move to WordPress. So this text exists in a box, and this is the box for this text element. So the thing I just reduce and increase. So the next thing I want to do, because if I place this color white on this white background, it will not be visible. So I need to change the color of this particular text. And how do I change the color? Just come here, and you can pick your color around this place. But I've chosen some color already, so this is the color I used. So I use this color, not black. It's just the shade. When we talk about shade in design, shade just means the darker part of a particular color. So if I said give me shade of that red, I'm telling you that give me the darker part of that red, the darker color of that red. So this is what what we did. And I said I will write, we offer. Let me just copy this text to make it fast. Copy, come here, paste. So that's what I did there. And this same text, come here and change the color, change the colors, left align it, and so left align. So I want to bring it here, So let me close the gap. Let me zoom in because of so that we all can see it. So I want to close the gap a little. The next thing I want to do, I want to make sure this is aligned. So come here to this align left. So come to this side, to this align left, and the next thing I want to do, I want to make sure that it aligns to my grid. So after that, I need to take our buttons. So if I place this particular button here, you will not be able to see the background. So the first thing I will do is to change the color. So how do I change the color? I want to change the background to this blue, and change the text to. I want to change the background of this button to blue, and change the text to white. So I will come here, Control C, the blue color. So I need to first change it to just any color first, So because if I change the background to blue, you will not be able to see the text. So I've copied the background color, and let me paste it here, enter. Now I cannot come back. And how did I select this? Because this is a group. They are grouped together. You can see group 5. this is a group. So they are grouped together. And if you want to select an element inside a group, if you want to select an element inside a group, the best way or the fastest way to select an element inside a group is to press and hold your control key on the keyboard and press that and click on that particular element. And so I just click on this element and I will change it to white. One of the shortcuts, so one of the shortest way or the fastest way to change color of some color that you are familiar with, instead of racking your head on what's the color code, just type the color there, white. So I want to change it to white. I want to change this one to white. So the color has changed to white. I also want to change, okay, I'm not changing this. So I zoom out again, zoom out and click, hold and drag the button into the artboard, into the artboard. This is called an artboard or screen or frame. So it's still the same thing. So I can be using those names interchangeably. So if I say screen, if I say page, if I say artboard, I mean the same thing here. So now I've grouped the three elements. So coming to the image, coming to this image, I was able to design this. Very simple, very simple. Last week I told us about this tool, rectangle tool. It's one of your handy tools when you are designing. One of your handy tools that you will use almost every time. So the shortcut for that particular tool is R. R for rectangle. R, very easy to remember. You don't need to memorize it. R for rectangle. So just click, hold, and drag till you are okay with the size, or so till you are okay with the size. So hold and drag. The next thing I want to do, I introduced us to plugins. So plugins are just extra, they are add-ons. Like we have a Google Chrome add-ons. They are add-ons that simply that makes your works very fast, and that add extra functionality to a particular application or software. So I want to bring in a plugin. Last week I did not use the plugin, I used the website, and the website is unsplash.com, where you can get pictures for free. And I advised us strongly against using Google Pictures. Don't just go online. If you want to design, don't just go online and start using pictures, Google Pictures, because you can face a lawsuit for copyright infringement for stealing someone's picture. So the best thing is you go to sites where they offer free images without any copyright issue. So instead of me going to this website on splash.com, I will just come here, come to this side, which is called resources, and I will click on plugin, search for Unsplash, because I've used it before. So all those plugins that you used recently, you will see it here. So it's just search for Unsplash, and immediately you see, just click on it and it will run. So it will run, and that is where I got the image I used. This image, that is where I got it from. So I just search for office people, just search for something, and you will see different pictures that you can use. We may not use that particular picture, but I just want to show you how I did this that design. So office people. So let's look for the picture. Okay, this is the picture. So you just click on it. It will download and insert that and place that picture inside this frame. You can see now that one is done. Very simple, very fast. So the next thing I want to do is I want to put this, add this spice, just spice it up. This spice, this blue background are behind this picture. Very simple. What we will do is press rectangle R, select your rectangle. So select your rectangle and click, hold and drag. Yes. Yeah. Now you can see that this is covering the picture, and the reason is, if you check our layers panel, this is the picture. This is the picture here. where my mouse is, this is the picture, and this is the rectangle. So rectangle is at the top of the picture. So you just need to click and hold the picture and drag. When you see this white line at the top, you release your mouse and it will move the picture at the top. So, and the next thing for me to do is change the color of the background to the color of the brand. So we assumed last week that this will be the color of the brand. This will be the color of the brand. This may be the direction you want to use. This may be the direction. It's not necessary that you follow this my creative way of designing this. This may be your own style of doing things. You may even try something else. Let's try something else. That okay, this is polygon rectangle. So let me draw a rectangle, and let me change the color to. I can delete this. To delete is press that particular element, click on that particular element, and then press the delete button on your keyboard. Delete button on your keyboard. So I may decide that okay, I want to do it this way. You can just be creative with it. So I may decide I want to do it this way. Reduce the size. Click and remove the. So you may decide, but I'm not going this direction this morning. You may decide that you want to do it this way, and this may be your own direction. This may be your own direction. You can just play around the element. So that was how I was able to design this particular hero section. Remember, I said the first thing when you land on a website, the first two things you will see, the first two sections you will see is this header and the hero section before you begin to see other section. So let's now design other section. Let me delete this so that it doesn't confuse us. Let me delete. So to delete a frame is, or to delete anything, you just click on that particular element and then you press your delete button on your keyboard. So I've deleted that particular element. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make this artboard. I want to make this screen long because we still need to put some elements. We still need to create some design and put it on this website, on this page. So how do I do that? I will click on this element here. I will click on this artboard, the artboard name here at this top. I will click on it, and when I click on it, let me zoom out so that I will see what I want to do. So when I zoom out, I will hold on my control key button, and I will click and drag to extend it. I will click and drag to extend it. Now you can see that we have extended the page, the length, the height of the page. The height of the page has been extended because we still need to put some element there. So the next thing I want to do is, so as a guide, I will turn on my grid. So the next thing for a business website, after you've seen the hero section, this particular section, and I would like to group them together, group these two elements together. Control G to group. So this particular section, after you've seen them, the next thing that can convince you to want to do business with this company is maybe you want to see the company that have worked with them before, that they have worked with before. So what you will do is just we call it social proof. We want to create some social proof. So I want to put some vector logos. Remember this, I said plugin. So all these things are available for you to use. So I want to put some vector logos there. Vector logos, just logos of companies that I've used them before. So I just click on vector logo. It's one of my handy plugins. So I can search for finance. It will give me some logos in finance, some company logos in finance. So I just click, drag, and it will drop there. Okay, yeah. So this is it. Vector logos. I need more than one logo. I need more than one logo. So let me bring it again. Let me bring it up. Vector logos. Run. Vector logos. So let me search for finance again. Finance. Finance. So finance. Let's say Yahoo. We have done business with Yahoo before. Let's come again. Vector logos. Let's do like 5 logos. Banks. Let's just say finance. 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 So let's use this. Let's use this. So I want to reduce this is too big. It's too big, and I want to reduce the size. So one of the tools that we used last week that I told us is Scale tool, and the shortcut is K. Scale for K. I mean K for scale in Figma. K for scale. So when you are done, you press your V to return back to the move tool. You cannot use any other tool to move an element on a Figma. So I want to. So this is it. So this is our vector logo. So I want to just select this logo alone. So I will come here. And how did I do that? It's not magic. How did I do that? Just put your mouse on the element, double click till you select that particular element, and click and hold and drag it out until you see it. So we delete this. So the same thing for this. We just want to select this alone. We click. We need to select everything. Yes. So we click, and let me group this one and delete this thing. So let's just have 3 logos for now. Let's just have 3 logos. So I use my scale tool, which is K for scaling. K, alphabet K. This is K. This is where you can find it. K for scaling. So scale it up or down. I want to scale it. Yeah. So let me bring in Yahoo too. Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance. Scale. Let me bring this one in. Scale. So before I continue, so the next thing I want to do is text trusted partners. Trusted partners. So I told us last week that we should not use pure black. This color code means pure black. Just come up here a little. Let's come up here. Yes. I like to. Yes. Yeah. So pure black, and that's not pure black. That's 141414. That's still okay. So trusted partner. Next thing I want to do, I want to make it capital letters. It's a small text. So trusted partners. Trusted partners. When you are done typing, you don't press enter. If you press enter, it goes to the next line. So when you are done typing, just press on escape button. Escape button. If you have any question, just be jotting them down. So when it's 10:50, I will entertain question before we continue. So trusted partner. Let's reduce this logo further. So the best way to do this is to just the best way to do this, pick a rectangle, select a particular, make a particular shape, and make it a frame. Make it a frame. And how do you do that? Just right click, and say frame selection. Frame selection. So when you frame selection, you will see what you understand what I mean now. So that the logo will be the same size, the same height. One will not be looking bigger and the other one looking smaller. So I want to drag it. I want to cut. Control X to cut. Click on this. Let me duplicate this because we are having 3 logos. So I've cut that particular logo. Control V to paste. So it will paste inside this frame. Now I want to be sure that so that as not to make mistake. The next thing I want to do is I will click on this frame. We have turned this shape. Before it was a shape, now it has turned to frame. I want to click on this shape and say clip element. I will come to this right hand side where my mouse is, right hand side, and change it to clip element. So when we clip element, you can see the difference. The reason is I want to make sure that all the part of this element goes into this frame, all the part of this element. So the next thing is I selected the element. Yes. So I want to center align it. Now it's been center aligned. So I want to remove this background. So I'll remove this background. Before I can remove the background, I need to go back to my move tool, which is V for the shortcut for move tool, V. But if you can't remember the shortcut, just come here. This is move tool, V. So I will select this frame. When I select the frame, I will come to this rectangle. This is the rectangle that we drew the other time, and I can either turn it off, remove the rectangle, or change the color to white. But I want to totally remove it. I don't need it. So it's been removed. So the next thing I want to do the same thing for this. So I will drag in this. I will click Ctrl X to cut. Let me duplicate it for the last logo that I want to drop in there. So and I will Ctrl C to paste inside. So because I selected this frame, so anything I paste will be pasted inside this frame. So remember how we turn this to frame is we first click on the rectangle tool. We click on the rectangle tool and we right click to turn it to frame selection. That's one way. Another way you can do it is just click on this frame tool and then click and drag. You have created a frame. So there are many ways you can get things done. So, and this is the frame. Now I want to delete this. So the next thing I want to do is I want to reduce the size of this Yahoo Finance so that it fits into the frame. I just click, and to maintain the proportion, after selecting my after clicking my scale tool, you remember this the shortcut for scale tool is K. So sometimes you need to press and hold your shift button. Please, let's turn off our video, please. You need to press and hold your shift button, and so now it has fit into it. It fits perfectly into the frame. So the next thing I want to do is I want to center align these elements inside the frame. So remember, the next thing to do also is to remove this frame. We don't need this background. Click on this rectangle and you delete the frame. You delete the rectangle, the background. So we have deleted it. The last logo that I want to use, there's our logo here. The last logo that I want to use is this. The same process. Let's frame this selection. Frame this selection. Okay, it has been framed already. Yeah. Frame this selection. I want to cut. Control X to cut. And click on this element, the frame, and Control V to paste. Immediately I press Control V. Let me show you something. Undo. Control Z to undo. Now this is the frame. This is the frame. The only element inside the frame is the rectangle that we created the other time. So if I press Ctrl V to paste, you will see that the element, the new logo, will be pasted inside this frame. Ctrl V. So we have this is the logo. This is the logo. If I turn up this logo, you will see that it has disappeared. Yes, this is the logo. So the next thing I want to do is to make sure the logo is fully inside this box, this frame. So the first thing is activate your scale tool. Let me click on this clip content. Yes. So resize. Yes. You will understand the reason why I'm doing all this very soon. The next thing is to align it to the center. Now it has been aligned. Now the next what I want to do is delete. So let me zoom out. So select these three elements and I just click anywhere, click and drag on the three elements. So align vertical centers. Align vertical centers. So it is aligned vertical center. I need to move back to my move tool. Come here and change it to move tool, or press and hold on V. So when I move on move tool, I want to reduce the spacing. The spacing is too much. So now looking at it, you may think that, oh, this is optically balanced, but it's not balanced. We need to adjust it. So to make it both mathematically balanced and optically balanced, I need to reduce this padding here. Reduce this padding. Padding is just the distance inside an element and the bounding box. So I'll just come here. Sorry. Click and hold on your control button, on your control key on the keyboard, to reduce this distance. You will understand very shortly. Reduce this distance. This is okay. Now let me reduce this a little bit. Yes. So the next thing we want to do is to balance the space between these three elements. So as you hover on this element, these three selected elements, as you hover on it, you will see this small icon that will come up. If it doesn't come up, don't worry, just come here. Just come to this top where you have this alignment button, alignment icon. So you click on more option and say tidy up. So immediately, let me show you something. Now immediately before I click on tidy up, a number just came out here. Watch and notice again. You will see that the number was not there before. Tidy up, or if I choose tidy up, distribute horizontal spacing, or tidy up, the same thing. Now you will see that this number come up, meaning that the distance between each of these elements is 50 pixel. So I want to reduce it a little bit. I want to make it, let's try 40. Yeah, 40. So 40 is good. Next thing I want to do is I want to reduce the size further. I want to group these three elements. Control G to group. So I want to scale it down. It's not something that we just want it to be that big. I want to scale it down. Continue scaling it down. So I want it here, since it's not really big like that. I want it here. I want it here. Okay, let's make this one small letter again. Sorry. Let's type partners. So I want to group it. I want to reduce the distance between them. So I think the distance, let me make the distance 8. 8 is there. No, let's make it 12. Sorry. Let's make it 12. 12. So Control G to group. Control G to group. Control G to group. So if you have any question, you can just raise your hand and I will allow you to talk before I continue, because we've been moving very fast today. We've been moving very, very fast today. We have a lot to cover. So if you have any question, if you want me to just continue, just press yes. Type yes in the chat box, in the message box. Just type yes. So this element will also be part of our hero section. Now what this means is that by the time you come to this website and you see that these people are trusted by these partners, you know Yahoo Finance, you know all this, and you'll be like, oh, that means I can trust them with my business. They are credible. It adds a level of credibility to them. Okay, you can unmute yourself and ask a question. Hello, unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Okay, maybe we should just continue. So now the next thing we need to do, so as to make sure that we are designing something really nice. So I want to view this particular artboard the way it will look on a real life website when it is being developed.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir. So thank you, sir, for the lecture, sir. I just want to, it's part of the question, but the way you are going, I may not be able to catch it. Can we have a hard copy in case I'm want to try it again after the lecture? If it's just any cost, it doesn't matter.
Okay, no problem. The video will be available after the class. You can just mute your mic. I got a question. You can mute your mic, sir.
Okay.
So
Okay, sir.
the video will be available. You can rewatch after the class. Just watch till you understand everything. So the video will be available. So what I'm saying is this. So if I will just click on this particular board at the top here, and I will come here at this side, this right hand side, and click this play icon which says present. So by the time I present, you will see what the way it will look by the time you go to, let's say, www.auditex.com. It will open another tab. And it will load. So while it's loading, let's go back to our design. So let's just continue with our design. So the next thing you want to do is, these people said, oh, they are this, they are that. What can they do for you? You want to see what they can actually do for you. What they can do for you. It's not just by, so what kind of solution do they have? What kind of business do they have? So we want to do the next section, which is benefit section. You want to see how you will benefit. Remember, I said when you want to duplicate, you just click on, this is a group. Remember, all these elements have been grouped, and we consider them to be one element now. So I want to duplicate this particular text. I'll just click on my control key button. Control key on my keyboard, and to select, I've selected this text alone, and I'll click on Alt key or Option key on the MacBook. So when you click on Option key, let me zoom in. You will see that the arrow, this is a single arrow. By the time I click on Option or Alt click, and Alt button, you will see that you alt key on the keyboard, you will see that the arrow turns to blue, I mean to two. One is white, one is black. So that tells you that okay, you can duplicate that particular element. And lastly, remember I told us that you can only have one H1 on a page. You can only have one H1 on a page, and this is our H1. This is our heading 1 on a page. So this will be our heading 2. So our heading 2, let's make it 40. Let's make it 40, or let's make it 48. Let me see. Let's make it 40. 40 is okay. So our heading 2, 40. These are heading 2, 40. So let's say solutions for every business. Solution for every business need. Solution for every business need. I want the business to come and meet the need. In typography, it's not good for just this one to be alone here. So I want the business to come and meet it. So I will just click and hold my box. Yes. So the next thing I want to do is to center align this. Center align. Yes. Center align. Also, okay, let's check. It's coming up. So this is how it came up. So I want to make sure that each section fill the view. So I just come here and I say fit width. So this is it. So by the time you go to www.auditx.com, this is what you will get. This is what you get. So when you scroll down a little bit, you see other things that they offer. So let's come back here. So before we continue, there's something called section breaker. Let me, okay, but I will show you very shortly. So some of the solution they offer is accounting. No, they offer auditing and accounting. Let's just say auditing, and let's look for a content to put there. So I want to put a text here. And how do I do that? I will come here, click on my text tool. When I click on text tool, I will click, hold and drag. I want to create a bounding box. What I'm telling this is that all the text I want to put must not pass this boundary, must not exceed this boundary that I've created. Now sometimes it will exist, but there's a way to correct that. So the next thing I will do now, because this is the last font size that I used. Now this is not the font size I want to use for this. I want to use 16 font, 16 points, and I want to make it regular, and then make sure it is not pure black. I think I use 1414. Yes. So I don't have a particular text in mind. And last week I told us of a site that we can use, Lorem Ipsum. Just type Lorem Ipsum. Lorem Ipsum is a dummy text. Lorem Ipsum. Let me click on Lorem Ipsum. So you can just copy the text explaining each of these. So it's just Lorem Ipsum text. So it's still loading. Okay, yeah, this is Lorem Ipsum text. This is it. So it's a dummy text. So I just copy, Control C, come here, Control V to paste. Now you can see that it's more than the bounding box. So one of the ways to fix that is either I extend this and I extend it down, or I like to do it automatically. I will just come here, this side, this right hand side, I will just click on this auto height. It will fix that. And the line height I want to use is 150%. 150%. Yes. So we are getting there. We're getting there. So this particular heading and this heading cannot be the same size, because this is H2, this should be H3. So I will change it, and SV14141. So this is H3. So we just change it to, let's change the semi-bold, and let's change it to 32. So I want to increase the width of this. So I selected the two elements by pressing the first one, selecting the first one, holding my shift key to select the second one. I want to select this too. So the next thing I want to do is I want to put an icon that represents audit. So for some auditor or accountant in our midst, I think they use calculator when they are calculating something. So you can use it to represent audit. So I can come here again. I will search for plugin, and I will search for one of the plugin I use is Iconify. So Iconify, yes. So it will bring out icons that I can use. Iconify. Just search for calculator. Calculator here. Calculator. Yes. So there are different designs. I just like something simple. I think I like this. Yes. Calculator. So I agree with that. I want to remove it from that box. So the next thing I want to do is I want to reduce the size. And don't forget, that means I want to scale it down. K to scale, and you click and you drag. So let's drag it. Let me zoom in. Let's drag it in a little bit further. Yes, it is inside. Now let me align it. Align. So the next thing I want to do, I want to beautify it. I want to add color to it. So this one I will make it our brand color, which is this blue, and I will click on this. I will also make it, I will click on our brand color, and I will come to this side, make it, increase the tint, make it look white a little bit. So yes, select the two, click and hold and drag on it, and Control G. Let me close this. Control G. So it may not look good to you now. You will soon see the beauty. So Control G. The next thing I want to do is I want to put them in a box. So I select my rectangle tool. I told you it's one of the two that you'll be selecting almost every time. So click and hold, drag. So I need to bring it down under this. This is the group. Under this, so I continue bringing it down. This is it. I continue bringing it down. So the next thing I want to do is Let me increase it a bit. Next thing I want to do is to make it white a bit and then add stroke to it. Add stroke of our brand color. Add stroke of our brand color. Let's see how we are looking. Add stroke of our brand color, but I will make it, I will reduce the opacity. Reduce the opacity. Let's make it this. Yes. So I want to group these two. I feel this text is too much. I feel it's too much. Let me increase this. If you have any question, kindly ask before I continue. I will soon be through with this design so that we can move to WordPress. Control G, I want to group these two. Let me align it. Always remember to align your element. To align your element. So the next thing I want to align this, reduce this a bit. So align center. Yes. I will select this. I want to use it as a template to create other services, other solution. I want to use it to create other solution. So I just click. You remember how I duplicate. So I will you just click on it and click and press and hold your Alt key on the keyboard and drag. So I want it to be just 3. So I want to click and hold on the 3 and come here, distribute or oops, sorry, let me group this and group this. So yes, and this makes sense. It's looking good. Select this, reduce the size, reduce the spacing, and yes, Control G to group. So let's make sure that all these elements are center aligned. Center align. Let me turn on my grid again. Center align. So let's check. Let's see what we are doing. How we are looking. Yes, this is it. So next thing is what other things are they doing? So they are doing tax management. So now you can see that there's an issue here, and the issue is that this tax management, the management is shooting outside this box, so we need to make it 2 lines. So press enter to to go to the next line, and control to deselect, escape to deselect that text, and we need to drag this down. So one of the things that I want to teach us here, just listen. You select, I want to determine the space. I want to know the spacing, the amount of space between this element and this element, this text heading and this one. So I will select one of them, control click to select that particular heading, and you press and hold your Alt while you hover on the next element. So you can see 5. It is telling us that it is 5 pixels. between that's the distance between this and this auditing and this text. So now that we have moved tax management to two lines, so I must make sure that the distance between these two elements, you can see this one is 12, so I need to make it 5. I think 12 will be okay because 5 is looking too close to the, so let's make this one 12 too. 12, yes, 12. So another thing that we will need to fix is this rectangle. So when we just extend it, so by the time we extend it, there must be uniformity. I need to extend this one too. Yes. So the next thing they do is at the company, the next thing they do is financial planning. They help you in planning your finance. So I think we can use this. So we just click on this element. Watch this trick. This is one of the ways that you can work faster. Now I've selected this. The reason what I want to do is, if I type financial planning here, it will extend to 2 lines, and we already have this in 2 lines. I don't want to start doing the settings again. I've selected this. I will just click on it, right click, Ctrl C, copy, and come here. You will right click again, paste to replace. See what will happen. Paste to replace. Now it has been replaced. Now I can now change the text. Financial planning. So when we talk about financial planning, what icon can we use? We can use some icons. Let's just check which icon will work best. So I will bring out my Iconify again. So just come here to the resources and run Iconify. So Iconify has come up. So I want to, for tax management, I know when the auditors come to your company, you bring out a lot of files, a lot of folders. So let's just click on folder. So that's one of the ways when a designer gets a brief and you start breaking it down, you will start looking at, okay, what can he use, what you can use to get something. So this is a folder. I just click on this, any of this, and drag and drop it here. So the next thing is financial planning. Financial planning just about teaching you how to make profits, how to plan your expenses, your expenditure, your income, a lot of things. And so when we talk about that, we can talk about let's say investment. Because if you type financial planning directly, you may not get. Let's just type finances. You just be typing until you get, okay, yeah, we can use this. Yes. Well, let me check growth. Yeah, I think I prefer this. No, that the one we gotten is okay. We need to move fast. So what is the size of our icon here? The first thing is, let me remove, yes, take it out. Double click to select, take it out of that bounding box. So let me change the color of this to our brand color. I hope we are following. If you are following, just type yes in the chat box so that I can know if you are following me. Hope I'm not moving too fast, but trust me, you will get it. You will get it. By the time you watch the video once again, you will get it. Let me check. Okay, good, thank you. So let's go back to our design. So let me check the size of this particular icon, because everything must rhyme together. So we have 29.48, 29.48, 29.48. So 29.48. Okay, so I want to make this 29.48 to 29.48. Yes. So I will cut, Control X to cut. Remember the shortcut we used the other time. Let me show you again. I mean, how we replace something the other time. So I continue clicking until, yeah, this is it. I want to replace this icon with the icon for tax management. So, and how do I do that? Just right click, paste to replace. Paste to replace. Now the next thing I want to work on is the alignment. Yes, everything is aligned. So I think we may need to increase this a little bit to make it visually balanced, optically balanced. Sometimes if you look at it mathematically, you may think that it's balanced, but when you view it, when a user view it, yes, now it's looking good. So the next thing is we still need to change this one to 29.8. 29.8. I think 29.84. I'm right. Yes, correct. So cut, and I want to select this. It's looking interesting, right? Cut, paste to replace. Let's increase it a little bit. Yes. So we are done with this section. Now, the other time I said there's something I want to explain, and which is called section breaker. And what is section breaker? Now, okay, let me show us something here. Section breaker, when you get to this landing page and you continue scrolling, everything just look like they flow directly. Nothing is breaking anything. So by the time nothing is separating this section from this hero section. So we need to put a section breaker there. And how do we do that? You go to rectangle tool, click, drag on it, and make sure you send it to back. Let's say send to back. Right click, and then you click on sorry, I'm used to shortcut. Okay, yeah, send to back. Yeah, send to back. So by the time you click on it, just click on send to back, and add. The next thing I will do is I like to use FAFA to send to back. Let's see, this one is looking okay. I don't want this white background. I want to remove it. White background. Remove it. I think it's okay. It's not bad. Yeah, let's leave it. So we have designed. I want to align this to the center. We are done with Control G to group. We are done with this section. Now we see the effect of this breaker. Now you can see the little difference between this section and this section. The little difference between this section and this section. So the next section we want to design is about us section. About us section. We want to know about them, a little more about them. Though they've introduced themselves here, what they can do, we still want to know even a little about them. And one of the ways we design, let me quickly design something so that you will understand what I want to explain. So we'll come here, your rectangle tool again is your It's one of your go-to tools all the time. It's one of your go-to tools. So click, and then we'll bring in our plugin again on Splash, on Splash, on Splash. We are looking for image. Let's search for corporate man. Corporate man. Yeah, I think I like these two pictures. So this he looks like the CEO. So let's now make sure that your box is selected. Your box is, because if it is not selected, this picture will just download on anywhere on the artboard. You really want to start resizing it. So let's assume that you've created the size. You just want to put the picture in there. So just click on this one. Now the picture has been added. Now there's an issue. The part of his head has been cut off, has been like cropped, has been cropped off. So the next thing you want to do is you want to adjust the picture. You want to adjust the picture. Now I've selected the picture. I will come here to this right hand side. I come to this right hand side and click on this picture here, this picture thumbnail. Click on this. Now change it from fill to crop. Now you can see the part that was cropped off. So we just need to click, hold your shift and drag it down. That's the first thing we will do. Drag it down. The next thing we want to do is we want to turn his face to the other side, to the other side. So the shortcut for that is Shift H. Shift H. You can see, just see the difference. Shift H. So because of this, the view of this picture, it will be best the picture is here. It's on this right hand side. To be best, we have this picture here because of the way, because of the position of the picture where the man is looking at. So don't forget our pattern. Our pattern is always, when you use picture, you must have this blue background there. So you just let me copy it. There's no need of copy. Let me just draw it. Send it to back, and look at the shortcut to send to back. I need to move very fast. I want to go to WordPress today. So I want to extend it a bit. Now press and hold. Don't just drag like this. You are skimming the picture. You are destroying the picture. So I want to just extend this down part. This part. I will press and hold on my control key. Make it a little bit longer. I'm exposing those parts that was cut off. Yeah. Yes. Are we looking? Okay. Bring it down a bit. Yes, correct. So these are H2, which is our heading, subheading 2. I mean subheading text. H2 text. About us. Best. Someone should just give me what we can use. Just type it there. What we can use for the about us. Okay, I think something just come up now. Empowering businesses for growth. Let me make sure the business empowering. Let's say small businesses. So that's their focus. They are focused on just SME, small businesses for growth. So I don't have any text for that I can use there. Let me go back to my Lorem Ipsum, and let me click select. Let me select dummy text. Change it to 16. Change it to regular. Change it to regular. Change it to 141414. And paste. So change this one to 150. 150. So this. Okay. Let me cut, paste. So let's align it. Let's align it. Make it this way. So the next thing I want us to do here is use another element, circle, ellipse element. So just to list like for something that speaks about them, So I want to use my Lorem Ipsum again. So when you want to design a website, make sure you have the content ready. That's what can save you the stress. Make sure you have the content ready, because if you don't have the content ready, now as the provision we've made for this is just this text, and that have determine our design direction. So when a client now sends you a copy or content, and the text is more than this line, so it will give you a form of like, you will just need to start to brainstorming on, okay, how well can I represent it, how well can I lay it out. So okay, before I do that, what I want to bring in here is our is mark. I want to use Iconify again. Iconify. I must finish this thing. Let's just say mark. Check mark. Yes. Okay. This one. I want this. Yes. I want to click and take it out. Now don't forget the way we've been using our icon. So always make sure that now this is the way we've been using our icon. The color first, our brand color, and the tint of our brand color will be the background color. So this is the way we've been using our icon. So let's come. Let me copy this. I'll just use this as a guide. From here, paste it here, paste here. Yes. So this, now I want to sample this color. Now there's a tool called eyedropper tool, which I explained last week. So this color, I want to change it to our background color. So the shortcut for the eyedropper tool is I, or you come to this color section here, click on it, click on this tool here, So by the time I click on this tool, if I click here, this color will change to this. If I click on this and I click on this eyedropper tool again, and I click on this calculator color, it will change. This will change. So that's one of the shortest or easy way to change a color. So this is what I want to do. Select this to align it. So I want to reduce the size of this a little bit. So reduce it. Remember the shortcut to scale is K. Scale 2. K for scale 2. So we've done this. Let me group the two selection. Let me make it 12. Let me group these two selection, and you can use Ctrl C, Ctrl V to paste. I've pasted it. Now these two. Ctrl C, Ctrl V again, but I want to use this. Press and hold your Alt key. I think this text is too long. Yes. Let me do this. So, yes. You can have this way. Yes. Yes. So let's check how we are looking. Hope we are looking good. Yes, you can see it now. So the next thing I want to do, I want to make sure that these elements are aligned. So I want to select all these. Ctrl G to group. Select these elements to this media element, which is the picture, and align it. Let's check how we are looking. Good. Now I want to have a little spacing between this section and this section. Between this and this section. So what I want to do is, next is this. So we are looking good. We are looking good. We are not doing bad. Yeah, it's looking like a real website now. It's looking like a real website. So the next thing I want us to do is now I want to increase the height of this artboard. Come up, click on this desktop, and then hold your Control key or Command key on Mac and drag to extend. So the next thing I want us to do is I want them to see some of our team member, of our directors. Imagine you have notable people working here or that serve as director here. So what you will do, you will have trust in them. It builds trust. So some elements, the way the website is designed, it's not just that they just put everything there. So they design it to make you trust them. So I will copy this and come here, paste. So I need to create a section breaker too here. So if I copy and paste this one, now this is left align text, but I'm placing it in the middle, meaning I must center align it. So I center align this. I want to put board members. Let me change it to board members. Board members. board members. So let's go back. This is so let's design for board members. Let's design for them. So this will be their name. We adjust it, don't worry. Name 14141. Name. This will be 24 and 20. Name. Designation. And so this will be 14, not bold, regular. This will be medium. So let's use another plugin called Content Trio. There's another plugin called Content Trio. We will see the wonders of that plugin now. Content Trio. This is it. So I don't want to be disturbing myself on the name to use, the designation. So I just want to I want to quickly fix everything at once. So plugin helps you work faster if you know how to use it. Next, start. So I want name. Just look for name, full name. Just click on it. Now it has changed. I can even come here, update image. Click on it. It will give us one picture. You can use that. I cannot be okay. So designation, let's say director. So let's group this and then let's duplicate it. After this, I will have to just do footer so I can go to WordPress. I have to do footer. Ideally, it should be longer than this, but I don't want to keep us here. I just want us to get the way everything works. So let me group them. Like these are the people that make things happen here. They are the people that make things happen. So don't forget, we still need section breaker. Send to back. FA. Send to back. Let's use, I want quality pictures. Let's use Unsplash. Unsplash. Splash. Then just say corporate corporate man. Yes. We will adjust it. Let's do woman. 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 Let's choose one man. Okay, so let's quickly adjust this. Let's adjust this to crop just a little. This is good. Let's adjust this crop. Remember to always hold your shift key so that you don't distort the picture. Yes, same thing here. So all of them cannot be bearing the same name. So let's change their name. So how am I selecting this? Press your control key on the keyboard and press shift. Hold both keys together to select the element you want to select. So let's bring out our content tree. Content tree. Yes. Content tree. It's loading. Why it's loading? If it's something, I just okay. Start. First name and last name. Apply. Now it has changed their name. Let's change their title. Everything is there. Content tree. Very handy plugin. Let's change their title. Let's search for job title. Complete text. Text. Job title. Yes, job title. Yes, job title. Yeah. So it's nothing like medical assistant here. At least you got the gist. So the next thing you want to quickly fix is, let's fix this. Align center. Let's make sure every of our elements, let's make sure all of them are aligned. So let's make this man deputy director. I want to make sure that it's aligned to the center. Deputy director. Head of products. Align center. head of product. This alignment is very important. We need to pay attention to it. Yes. So let's just name them team members. Let's make this one CEO. Sorry. So now we're done with this section. The second to the last section I will create is the contact us page. So you want them to like send an email to you, and after that we design the footer, and we are done on Figma. We move to WordPress. We still have time. So contact us. Contact us page. So let's pick our rectangle tool again. Let's see how we are looking. Now, we're not looking bad. It's looking like a real website. Yeah, this is good. We're not looking bad. So let's pick this. Want to design contact us. To make it fast, let me just click this. Control C to copy. Come here to paste. Bring it to select. To select this rectangle at the behind it, just press your and hold your control key button on your keyboard and then drag. So I want to change this picture. I'm bringing on Splash, using on Splash plugin. On Splash plugin, let's just say, let's type contacts first. Let's see how it works. Yeah. So this is not bad. You can use this. Now let's adjust the picture. Come here. Sorry, let's close this. Come here. Change it to fit. Change it to fill. Yeah. I think fill is okay. So let me increase this a little. Yes. So once you draw, this, make great stroke. This is stroke. Make it lighter. Yes. This is for name, full name. 1414144 full name, you know I duplicated this. So select the two elements, press your Alt key on the keyboard, click and drag. To make sure they are on the same line, you can press and hold your Shift key to maintain the proportion. So the next thing we want to do is, let me increase it. Yes. So change the text to email address. And the last one is message. I'm going to do this one please. So let's go and bring down our button. Control C. Control V or right click to paste here. So this one will be here. So this will be here. So our contact us page, the contact us section is ready. So let me put a heading there. Paste here. The center align, I want it left align. Send us a message. That also means contact us. So this will be send message. So let's align it to the center. Select the two elements. Yes. Control G to group. Control G to group also. Let's align this. Control G to group. So we are done with this section. The last section is the footer. The last section is the footer. So we're not going to dwell much on it. I want to quickly finish this design today. So this is the footer. This is the footer. This is the footer. Let's make it dark. Shades of our brand color. Let's check how we are doing. Nice. This is looking nice. So this will be our footer, and we'll be done with this website. Done with this website. So let me bring down our logo. Ctrl C, Ctrl C, Ctrl paste here. Now let's change the two color to white. White. So because it's sitting on a dark background, the shades of our brand color. So let's make it white. Let's make it white. We can have a short text. A short text here. Let's make this 14, and then let's go to our Lorem Ipsum. Copy, paste. It should not be, it should be red. So escape, medium, regular, yes, 14 there. But it's too much. Don't want something that much. Just something very small. That is why you need content before you start development or design, because all these things can make the work easy and also stressful if the content is not available. So it will help your layout and structure. So you can have links. This will be 16. Medium, and let's make it 18 medium. Links. That is services. This will be, yes, 14. Services, regular. Let's duplicate it. Services, about us. I think about us should come before services. Yeah. About us. About us. And career. I think we have careers. Let me check. We have, okay, careers, yes. So we have careers, and okay, last thing we want to create, I want to add is the address, the office address. Let's call it contact. Let's call it contact. Let's call it contact. So we don't have a specific office now, so let me use our plugin, Content Tree. It can generate office address for us and a phone number, address, US address, yes. Yeah. So let's duplicate it. a phone number. It will give us US phone number too. Phone number. Of 2% line height. So the last thing we want to do here is this. So the last thing we want to do here is their social media handle. You can say follow us. Follow us. Let's type Instagram. What is this thing? 12. Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Yes, 12. Okay. So one more thing, I want to put copyright. Let's draw a line here. Oh, sorry. L for line 2. A line 2. L for line 2. Let's make it white. But let's reduce the opacity. So when we reduce the opacity, we have copyright 2023. Let me search for copyright text, copyright sun symbol. Copyright. Control C to copy. Yes. So copyright. Audit text. Audit text 2023. We also have in front of it privacy policy. So let's reduce the opacity. Let's make it 70. Let's make this one too. Okay, 70. Let's change it to 60. And we are done. Yes. And our website is ready. Let's check. Yes, we have the header, this trusted partners, solution for every business need. Yes, 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 good. And this is it. It's looking like a real website, like a real website. So that is just the end of this Figma. Other thing we will be doing will be done inside WordPress. So a little introduction about WordPress. So WordPress is a content management system. What that simply means is it's a platform where you can build your website and manage your website by yourself. You don't need to know how to write code. You don't need to know all those things. You just need to know how to use your computer, and it is drag and drop. It is drag and drop. There are many ways by which a website can be designed in WordPress. One of the ways is this, is going through this route. And I intentionally teach us this so as to know how, when we want to make adjustments to our WordPress website, we will know how to make adjustments and how to make it look better. So this is one of the ways. The other ways will be, I'll be teaching us the other way, which is one of the most popular ways, that method that people are familiar with, and that is the use of template. That is the use of theme. That is the use of template to, you just edit. You don't need to go through this route. All this seems like rigorous. This is not what some people want to see. They want to see websites going live. But trust me, you will understand by the time we get to editing templates for our need. So before I go to WordPress, let me see if we have question, and if I can still go ahead to WordPress just to introduce us to WordPress, or we meet next week. I want someone to talk. Please, let's unmute and talk. If everything I've been teaching, I think Oloruntoba James and Kolawole Olutope started with us. So David Oluwatoyin, okay, good. Okay, good. So the video will be available latest tomorrow evening. I will post the video on the group, and I'm thinking of maybe I should create a WhatsApp channel. It's as if some people don't understand how to navigate their way around Telegram. So am I getting go ahead to create a WhatsApp group for everybody? Should we have WhatsApp group for communication? If you have any, by the time you start designing it on your own, you may have any blocker, so you can easily message me on WhatsApp or Telegram. I will respond. So I'll be going ahead to create a WhatsApp group for our communication. So any other question? Do we have any question before we call it a wrap today? Do you have any question? You can unmute your mic. Okay. Yeah, unmute and ask.
Thank you very much. But for this home and about services, you know now it looks like we treated everything on the same page now. So how then do we separate it?
Okay, it's because of time. This is just a normal way of creating it. So if I want to create about us, because this about us is just like an overview of about us. So if I want to create another page, what I will just do is I will click on this desktop, this particular frame, and you know how we duplicate. One of it is click and hold your Alt key and drag. So by the time I drag, I will delete all these elements. So I will delete all these elements, and I will have a fresh page. So when I have a fresh page, I can have a background header here. A background header. When I have a background header, I will send this to back. It's just because of time. I will send it to back. I can give it color. I can give it our brand color. I can type about us, about us, about us. So there are many ways to do it. This is not just the only way. I may not even use this. It just depends on your creativity. So about us, this will be my heading, and my H1 is 56. My H1 is 56. I may not even use H1. I may decide to use this, and just come here. About us. Sorry. About us, and I will have some text. Maybe I can even copy this, bring it in here, bring it in, and let me reduce this. Reduce the size. So I can change this color to our brown color. Brown color. So I can now begin to design, telling them more about the company, and so when I'm done with this screen, I'll just come here, and that is where the prototyping comes in. I'll just come here, I will select this, change it to prototype, So when I hover on it, you will start seeing this icon, this small plus icon. So I will make sure my mouse is on it. I will click, hold, and drag this wire and connect it to this next frame. Now it is connected. So if I click on this frame and I click on home again, so I will click drag and connect this one to this home, and I'll also connect, because you can click on logo and logo will take you to the home section, the home page. So I will click there, and so when we check our prototype here, let's check. Let me hide this. So if I click on this, now this is our about us. From our about us, I can go home. From my about us, if I click on logo, it will return back home. So that is how all these things are interactive. So it's just because of time, the time is too short for us to do everything, because it's as if I've not really hit what people are expecting, which is the WordPress. So I may have to design all this behind the scene and record it, post it on the group, how I design my about us during the week, so we can at least design 2 or 3 screens on our own. We know how to design more than 1 screen now, and we know how to connect all those screens together, right? So when you are done with prototyping mode, go back to your design mode. So if I want to design our services page too, and we duplicate this, delete all the elements inside, and design services, and then we are done. So if I design services, I'll make all these things clickable. All these are called cards. So if I click on these cards, I will change it to prototype. What this simply means is, let me show you something. What this simply means is that if you want to read more about this auditing, when you click on auditing on this, it takes you to where they explain how they audit firm, how they auditors, how they tell you more about tax management, they tell you more about financial planning. So that is how to do that. So services, from services you can go back to the home page. We link everything together. So that is how to design more than one page. And if I want to design, you can see this is WordPress. This is Figma, and all these things are called wireframe. All these things are called prototype wire. that prototype links that helps you to connect from one page to another. So, and if you make mistake connecting one page to a wrong place, just click on that wire and press delete button. Delete key on your keyboard. So when you press delete key, it will remove that particular link to anywhere it's being connected to. So that's how to design more than one page, just because of time. So that's how I'm trying to rush. So maybe what I would do is design other pages during the week, upload all those videos, and we can go and watch it. And when we have any question, we can come back, because next week I may not come to Figma. We'll be going fully into WordPress, because by the end of the class, I want everybody to be able to share links. Okay, go to www something something, and this is what I was able to do. This is what I was able to achieve in just 4 weeks. I can say 4 days every Saturday, just 4 days. But trust me, next week we are going fully into WordPress, and I will design other screens. Other screen I will record and post it online, upload it online, and share the link in the group. We can go and watch. Trust me, it will help you. It will help every one of us. And before you know it, you start getting your hands dirty on the website design. That is it. I hope I've answered your question. Hello, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Okay, thank you.
Yes, you have answered.
Yeah.
I was supposed to.
Okay. Any other question before we call it a day? Okay, thank you everyone. We meet on WhatsApp group.
Hello, sir. Please, I have a question.
Okay, ask the question.
Yes, sir. Okay. I'm just joining this group for this page. Let me say this Zoom link for the first time. But I don't really understand what you are saying because this is my first time. Please, can I get the videos of all these things?
Yes, I will post the last week video.
Previous class,
Yeah, I will post the link.
sir?
I will share the link on our WhatsApp group, and you can go and watch the video. This is just a build up of what we learned last week. So what we'll be learning next week, we also be building on this. So if you missed any one of them, you might need to just quickly catch up by watching previous videos. So I'm going to be releasing like 3 videos this week, because I need to complete this design. So by the time I complete the design, I will post the video, very short video. I won't make it long, very short video, and you can grab from there. So that's all. Any other question?
Yes. The second question is,
Okay.
please, which app are you using?
Okay, the application is called
The
Figma.
app that you are using.
This
To me, it seems like Photoshop, but it's not Photoshop.
this is not Photoshop, it's Figma. Let me
Okay.
just type figma.com. So when you get to figma.com, you just sign up. Don't worry, just watch last week video, you will get it. Very simple.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much. Please, I'm not on the WhatsApp platform.
I just want to create
just want to
I just wanted to create the WhatsApp platform. What has been existing is the Telegram channel. So I will have to add you to Telegram channel. I will create the WhatsApp platform after this class, so every other person can join.
So listen
Yeah.
to the group.
To the group, I will send it to both on Slack. Both on Telegram and the new WhatsApp group I want to create.
Stigma.
The Figma. Don't worry, just watch last video. You will get it. Very explanatory, very detailed. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Any other question?
Damilo Jare, what's your Instagram page, Instagram handle?
Any other question? Any other question? Okay, thank you very much. We meet on WhatsApp group. I will be dropping the link to the video latest by tomorrow, and other screens will be designed, and I will upload the video so you can use it to practice on your own. And if you have any question, you can quickly come back to me and ask, and trust me, you will get it. Thank you. Bye. Okay, sorry. So next week we meet, and we continue from there. So I'll create the WhatsApp group. Just join and let's do something together. Thank you.